Hello everyone, my name is Sanjay Singh and I welcome all of you to this online session on Azure Administrator. So today we are going to discuss about Azure File Sync. Now, what is Azure File Sync? So Azure File Sync will centralize your organization file shares in Azure Files, and it will keep the flexibility of your file servers. You would be able to replicate your data from one file server to another file server. So let's discuss the use cases when you will use Azure File Sync. So let's suppose that is your on-premise environment where you have file servers. Now you want to replicate your data from one file server to other file server. Correct. So now this would be your cloud, Azure Cloud. So here in Azure Cloud, you are using storage account in which you have a file share. Correct. Now that is your on-prem. So in on-prem you have file server like F1, F2, F3 and F4, and disks are associated with your file server. That is storage is associated with your file server. Now you want to replicate your data from one file server to other file servers, or if there would be any update comes in your file server, so that should be replicated to all file servers. So in that scenario, if you are not going to replicate or sync your content to cloud, so you can use DFS R, which is known as distributed file system replication. Okay, so that service you can use to replicate your data from one file server to another file server. But what if your storage is going to be full? Just because that is the most no, this is the most challenging task in on-premise, to keep your storage empty or to keep your storage always available. Okay, so in on-premise environment, storage is a most complex thing which you need to manage. As you are using file server, so your storage will be full. In some of cases, we are getting a ticket on storage only. Okay, so to maintain your storage space always free, okay, what you need a solution. Okay, so what you can do, you can use Azure File Share. Okay, you will connect your all on-premise file servers with Azure File Share, and it will sync, or it will cache. Basically it will cache your all data on Azure File Share. Okay, and then it will also sync updated content to your all connected endpoints, server endpoints. So it will cache the data from all endpoints, and that data will be synced into all connected endpoints. Correct. So this is the functionality of Azure File Share. So you would be able to sync your data from one server to another server through Azure File Share. Even you can sync data from one region to another region as well. So let's suppose that is your East US data center. If you have another data center into West US or Central US, and there would be servers, so you would be able to sync your data from one server to another server through Azure File Sync. Now there are few features which you will get from your, as if you're using Azure File Sync. So there would be some features which we are going to discuss right now. So in this diagram you can see we are using Azure File Sync. Okay, so if you are using Azure File Sync, you would be able to sync your data from this side to this side. That means you can sync your data from one region to another region as well. Okay, and you can use SMB or NFS, whatever protocol is you are using for your file server. That protocol you can use for syncing purpose. If you are using Azure File Sync, you will get cloud tiering. Now, what is cloud tiering? Cloud tiering means disk which is associated with your file server. So let's suppose you have a 60 GB or 50 GB disk, okay, or a 100 GB disk. Let me take an example. Like you have a 100 GB disk associated with your file server. So what you want like always 30% of disk space should be free on your local disk. So what cloud tiering will do? So you need to enable cloud tiering feature on your Azure File Sync. So when you will enable that feature, so it will automatically maintain your local attached. You have 100 GB of space in your file sync. Now you want to maintain always 30% of space. You want like 30% of space should be free, always free in your local storage. Okay, so what you will do, you will enable cloud tiering in your Azure File Sync. So when you will enable cloud tiering, what it will do, it will automatically maintain 30% of space free in your local disk. So what it will do, it will cache the cold content to Azure File Sync. So that content will be cached in Azure File Sync, and hot content which users are accessing frequently, okay, that content will be stored into your local disk. So hot content will be stored into your local disk and cold content will be cached into your file server. Correct. So this is the feature which we are using. Okay, then we have cloud access. We can easily access our data through file share, through SMB share. Okay, and multi-sync site. That means you can sync your multiple sites. Cloud backup. You can use Azure backup service, ABS, to back up your data on cloud. Rapid file server DR. So that means if let's suppose your server goes down, if there would be any disaster to your existing server, what you can do, you can prepare a new server and you can add that server into your sync group. So when you will add this server into sync group, it will automatically sync all the content, all the data from Azure file share. So these are the features of Azure File Sync. Now we are going to do the lab of Azure File Sync. So for that, I need to move to my portal. Let me show you my storage account, which I'm going to use. So let's go to storage account. So that is my storage account. You need to use general purpose version 2 storage account. Now scroll down, let's go to file share. So there is a file share test. Let me show you this. So there's few uh, documents are there. What I'm going to do here, I'm going to remove these documents. So let me delete this file share. We'll create a new file share. Now let me add a new file share with the name of data. Click on create, and I need to start my VM. So I have two VMs which I am going to use. So I'll show you how syncing will perform from one VM to another VM. So let me start my VMs. And do one thing, search Azure File Sync. So there's option Azure File Sync. We need to choose Azure File Sync. So from here, deploy Azure File Sync. So resource would be UDR sync group. So sync group I'm going to use like a demo. This would be the name. Now location, we need to choose the location as per our VMs or storage account. So let me check. So that is deployed in East US2. So I'm going to deploy in East US2. Review and create. So I think my VMs are started now. Let's do one thing. Let's take console of your VM, RDP of your VM. So first of all, FS1 RDP I'm going to take. Just go to second VM and take RDP of second VM also. So first of all, we'll prepare our VMs. So let me do one thing. First of all, we need to go to local server and we need to turn off IE enhanced security configuration. So which is already turned off. Okay, so we need to verify that this feature should be turned off so that we can access our portal on this server. So just because we will install agent on this server, so portal.azure.com. Now what I'm doing here, I'm going to create a file share so that in which we'll copy some data from our local system. So now you need to remember one thing: you cannot use your system drive. That means you cannot use your C drive to for file share. Okay, otherwise you would not be able to add this server into sync group. Correct. So I'm going to use this temporary storage D drive where I will create a folder. Name of folder would be sync. Okay, and I'm going to copy few data from my system. So in this folder I copied few data from my local system. So size of the data is, let me check, so that is 221 KB. Okay, and these are the files, number of files. So there are 11 files. Now what I'm doing here, so folder name is sync, so I'm going to my second server, file server, and just go to your Internet Explorer, and we need to sign in here also. So as you can see, IE enhanced security configuration is turned on, so that's why we are getting that option. So we need to turn off this feature for both users, and I'm going to close my browser, and I will open my browser again. So we are signed into this system also. Now do one thing, just go to your systems drive, where we are going to sync our data from one file server to another file server. So just go to your drive. So again, from this system I'm going to use D drive, and I will create a new folder here. So name would be sync1. Okay, and in this folder there is no data. Okay, so we'll enable syncing, and we'll test that the data will be replicated from that file server to, that means from file server 1 to file server 2 through Azure File Sync. Now do one thing, we need to install agent. Okay, so first of all I'm moving to my portal. So yes, through my FS1. So let's go to your portal and open your Azure File Sync. Okay, so we need to check from our resource group. Just go to your resource group, and there is a file sync service which is demo, which we have created here. So we need to open this sync service. So first of all, what we need to do, we need to create a sync group. Okay, so you can create multiple sync groups. So we need to create a sync group in which we will add our cloud endpoint and server endpoint. So cloud endpoint would be our Azure storage account, file share, and server endpoint would be our file servers. So you can create multiple sync groups, you can add multiple endpoints into multiple sync groups. So the endpoints which would be a single sync group, they will sync their data within the sync group, correct? So, and if you have multiple sync groups, so your servers, your endpoints will be isolated, correct? So for this demonstration, I'm going to create a sync group. So name would be like test storage account. We need to choose here a storage account. So in our case, we have already one storage account which we will connect with this sync group. So that is the storage account which we are going to use. So select your storage account. Then you need to specify your file share. So file share, in our case, we have a file share in that storage account, which is data, correct, which we have created. Now click on create. So your sync group will be created, and you can see your cloud endpoint will be added in this sync group. So now what we need to do, we need to add our servers into registered servers. Then we will be able to add those servers into our sync group. So just go to registered servers option, and here you need to add your server. To adding this server into registered server group, we need to install Azure File Sync agent on your on-premise file servers. Okay, so whatever server you are going to sync, or you're going to add into a sync group, you need to register those server first of all into your sync group. Then you would be able to add into your sync group. So we need to download this agent on your local system. So I am going to download this agent on my FS1 file server 1. So let me click on this link, and you will be redirected to download page. So as you can see, we are redirected to download page. So we need to click on download. So these are the prerequisites. So you need to use Windows Server 2012 R2 at least, or you can use Windows Server 2016 or 2019. So as per my lab, I'm using Windows Server 2016. So I'm going to use this agent. Click on next. Allow once. Click on save. So same thing we need to do for file server 2 as well. I'm going to do that for file server 2 as well. So we need to open our uh, sync server. So which is demo in my case. Okay, so not demo, just demo. So open your sync server, go to registered servers, and for second server also we need to download this agent. So click on download, select your operating system, next, allow once, save. So on file server 1, I'm going to run this agent. So click on next, next, next. So if you are using any proxy, so you need to provide proxy information. Click on next. Right now I'm not going to select any update. So that option was for update, automatic update of your sync agent. Correct. So you can select your timing, your schedule. So as per your schedule, your updates will be installed on your sync agent, and syncing will be start immediately when you will add your endpoint into your sync group. So syncing will be start. Same thing I'm going to do for my file server 2 as well. So we need to run this agent on file server 2. So click on next, 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 install. So that is installed. Now click on finish. So when you click on finish, you will be asked to register yourself on Azure. That means you need to authenticate yourself through your email ID and password so that you would be able to add into a registered server scope. So here we are using public cloud. Click on sign in. You need to sign in with your Azure credentials. So once you will be authenticated, so you will be you need to choose your subscription and your file sync server. So here you need to choose your subscription, then your resource group, and then your sync server. So in my case, my sync services which I'm going to use here, which is demo. Click on register. Now this server will be added into register servers tab. So we need to do the same thing for FS2 as well. Click on OK. Sign in. Sign in with your Azure ID. Choose your subscription, your resource group, and your sync service. Click on register. So FS1 is registered. Now click on close. FS2 will be registered. So you need to go to your browser and you need to open your sync service. So I am going to open my sync service. Just go to registered servers. So here you can see you will get two servers, FS1 and FS2. Both are online. Now let me show you FS2. So on FS2, if you see in my D drive, there is a folder sync1. Okay, there's no content, there's no data into sync1. In FS1, I have one folder in my D drive with the name of sync, in which we have some data. Okay, so which will be replicated in FS2 through Azure File Sync. Now just go to your File Sync services, go to sync groups, open your sync group. So here you can see cloud endpoint is already added. Now we need to add server endpoint. So for adding server endpoint, there is option add server endpoint. Click on it. Select your registered server. So we have two servers here. So I'm going to add FS1 path. You need to specify here. So I'm going to use D sync for my first server. Here you can see cloud tiering. So if you want, you can enable cloud tiering. So if you will enable cloud tiering, you need to specify percentage amount which you want to free always on your local disk. I'm going with the default policy. Okay, 20. If you want, you can enable date policy as well. So as per the date, the content which will be cached, so you can specify the number of days to cache your content. Okay, so which I'm going to disable right now. Click on create. If you want, you can enable offline data transfer. So if you will enable offline data transfer, so you need to use Azure import export service or Azure data boxes. Correct. So right now we are not going to use this feature also. Click on create. So this server endpoint will be added. Now what we are going to do here, we are going to add another server endpoint. So here you can see FS1 health is provisioning. So sync status you will get here in few minutes. Once this will be added into your group, so syncing will be start. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to add another server which is FS2 and file share path. So folder is sync1, that is sync1 in our case. Enable cloud tiering. Click on create. So if you want to check the status, click on this your server. You would be able to see your status of server. Okay, so these are the configuration of your server and syncing will be start. So right now it is in pending, health is pending. So once everything will be okay, syncing will be start and your content will be synced from your on-premise server to Azure file share and from Azure file share to your another cloud endpoint, sorry, server endpoint. Correct. So if you see in your FS2, your folder is synced. Correct. If you open this folder, all files are synced here automatically. Correct. Now we need to check our storage account as well so that we can verify that our file share data is cached into our storage account as also. So just go to your storage account, open your file share, and here you will get a folder which is lab. If you will open lab, you will get your all files which is in your on-premise server. If your any server goes down or if there would be any disaster to your FS1 or FS2, you can prepare a new server, you can add that server into registered servers, and then you can add that server into server endpoint in your group. So the all data will be fetched into that server in which is known as RapidDR. So you can configure RapidDR as well. So I hope that is clear to all of you. So thank you guys. Bye bye. If you have any query, you can write your query into comment box.